Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Salama here. I'm here to give you my weekly update of the films that I watched. However, rather than focusing on all the films that I watched, I chose to give you the best of the best, in my opinion, the highlights of the previous and this week's that I watched. I selected 5 films because they are indeed the films that I can see contribute to someone's life. Someone who is not as enthusiastic towards cinema as me, even. Okay, let's start by the film that was recommended by my friend. To me, it's a film by Gaspar called Vortex. Now, I have a tumultuous relationship with Gaspar Noé's filmography. Some films I like, some films I don't fully appreciate. This was the film that I really appreciated and liked. I think the subject is very good. It's about 2 old people who suffer the mental health and physical health decline, and this is just a story of elderly people, how they feel, what type of condition they are in when they are struggling, and it's just a very good film, and it underlines the fact that often than not, older people are so isolated. I don't see that much of old people in cinema, and it's very unfortunate because it doesn't matter if we are young, middle-aged or older. People are people, human are humans, and they undergo different phases and stages of life. So I think everyone should be really thankful and appreciative of Gaspar Noé that not only he selected this subject. I think many people want to reflect on this subject, but he did it really well. He stayed behind the camera, he kept his distance, and I think the execution of the film is just really wonderful. So I like Vortex. It is not the film of my heart. However, I think it definitely was the highlight of my week, and it is not the it's not the film that you will watch with pleasure. It's a difficult subject and it's a difficult film. The second film that I loved is by, I think, one of the greatest French filmmakers, Denis. You know already that I have watched a lot of Denis films, and most of them end up in my favorites, not only favorites of the weeks, but in general. This film is her early work. The name is Chocolat, and I think when I read Denis' biography and understood that half of her life she spent, or portion of her life she spent in Africa, I really understood why this film feels so personal, and it is just a beautiful image. It reflects on colonialism, racism, and just not only that, but it goes beyond that, and it's just a wonderful story set in beautiful Africa. The third highlight of the film is, I think, maybe it is my personal favorite. It is truly something that I'd love to film. This is a film by Abbas Kiarostami, who for me has a special place in the world of cinema. He's just such a poet, and I watched his film Where is the Friend's House? This film is pure joy for me. It is not only cinema, it's not only film, but it's a very beautiful, poetic, subtle, gentle, fragile. It is just, it comes from the heart. And the way Abbas Kiarostami tells a story of a young child is just, I felt that as if it was filmed by the child, because it is just so, how to say, so intimate, as if he never forgot his childhood and what it is like to be a child, which we often forget. I really recommend, if I tell you to watch one film out of this selection, I would watch Abbas Kiarostami's Where is a Friend's House. The fourth film that I really loved is a film by Joachim Trier. You know already, who watch me, I love Joachim Trier, and the film that I watched this week was Louder Than Bombs. It has amazing cast. I like Isabelle Huppert, not in every film, and I think she has a very distinctive presence. But in this film, I really loved her, and I love the fact that they casted her here. I love J.C. Eisenberg, and it's just such a wonderful family drama. I would say that it's leaning towards mainstream without this commercial factor, and I really love how Joachim Trier is an author filmmaker, but he always knows how to sell the story. So I love this film, Louder Than Bombs. I recommend you to see it. And last but not least, you know that I love to revisit old classics. And this week I decided to go back to my all-time favorite filmmaker, Robert Bresson, and I rewatched his Hasard Balthazar or Balthazar. And this is just a masterpiece. This is the Bible of cinematography, ageless, timeless, always young but old. I don't know how to characterize it. It is a pure cinematic joy. It is storytelling, it is poetry, it is everything. The bodily presence on the screen of Bresson is just uncanny. I love him. Everyone who says like cinema should just take Bresson's filmography and rewatch it. It's for me like Yasuzuru Ozu, like Pasolini. There are filmmakers who never lose their voice and presence in terms of screen telling. So this is my selection of the week. It's a very good selection. I think that I will rewatch this film in the future. That's why I like to record videos, because I watch so many films. Sometimes I confuse some films, especially when I watch a lot of films of one filmmaker. Comment down below if you like any of these films or what type of film you recommend me to watch or discuss. Thank you so much. See you next week with a new selection.